not as many edges, and probably I could just do that to the entire model. So right now I've got 110,000, and if I reduce this all the way around, eventually I would have a much smaller model, 70,000. Let's go over to this side. Nice. 49,000, that's a lot better. Or if I scaled it up even further and smoothed it out even more, sweet. Okay, let's say that was my finalized model. That is just under 20,000 polygons. That is, oh, hold on. That is 19,000 polygons, and that is quite a bit less to worry about. So I could Z-plugin UV master this model as well, Shift F, but then you don't get a lot of those crisp edges and fine detail that you would normally get on a lot of your models. You can probably do that, but it just takes a lot more work, and I am very comfortable, or I have gotten comfortable with ending up with models that are around 100,000 polygons. So Control Z, where was I? 110,000. I think that's where I was. I can generally get whatever shape I want to if I keep it around 100,000. Or if I'm working with multiple subtools, I would just, kind of guesstimate each subtool would be around 100,000 polygons. For myself, that works just fine with my computer. And import directly. So yes, I take this model, and after I UV map it and I size it up 500%, I export this directly to Unreal Engine 4. And if this model was Control D, 1.8 million polygons, you'd get a lot finer detail. But getting a model like this into Unreal Engine 4 is very, very hard on the computer, and game time when you're actually playing, if you ever run into this model, everything would get all laggy and stuff, at least from my experience. So I try and get everything down to around 100,000 polygons. Control Shift D, let's duplicate this subtool. If I had, wait, oh, let's see, okay, draw, let's move. Why is it not working? What is going on? BCB, okay, that works. Something. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna open up another file real quick. I've got this elsewhere, but let's just say I was making a figurehead inside Unreal Engine 4, right? This is okay, and let's say I got it to my end product was about 50,000, so that's really light. But if I copied this subtool, Control Shift D, and moved it over, what is going on? I'm gonna start a new project. That's weird. Okay, let's just say this Control D, this subtool is what I want to bring into Unreal Engine 4. It's 43,000 polygons, and I've UV mapped this, and I've placed a texture map in or on it. Z-plugin, UV master, unwrap, and that shouldn't take too long. It's only 43,000. Let's see. After this is done, I will be able to make new from Polypaint. Okay, this is my texture map for Unreal Engine 4. This is basically what I want when I go into Unreal Engine 4, because then I can use a 100K. That's quite a bit for a single asset. Are you making an open world UE4 game level? Let's see. I guess I wasn't thinking of big, huge game files. Let's game like this, let's say, works pretty well. Definitely the lower polygon count you can get, the better. And when I'm really trying to, I like to stay around 100,000 polygons for each of my models, and when things start to bog down, I try and pick the least important item and take that back into ZBrush and give it a lower polygon count. And oh, I'm dead. Almost. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, sorry. 100,000 polygons is quite a bit for a single asset. Let's see. Are you making open world? Open world is definitely what you want to make, especially since that's what everybody's trying to play nowadays. And when I'm trying to get a little more serious, I would probably spend a little more time on each of my polygons, or sorry, ZBrush assets. So if I made, let's see, let's start a new project. Let's say Sculptris Pro mode is on. BCB, zoom out. Let's just say, okay, and then let's just say this is a monster I was making. And he's... Okay, I get him to be... I would go to geometry if I was really actively engaged in a project. Is start unit graph. Can you run GPU profile? What is GPU profile? The UE4 command is stat unit graph. Huh. What is that? But back to what I was... Oh, I am making an open world level, and I have to use many level of details on trees, etc. Trees are a nightmare when you're trying to make open world stuff. Are they like detail trees, or shows first person shooter? Oh, unit graph and CPU info. Oh, is that something you can enable in Unreal Engine 4? And CPU, let's just say this was a monster. I was going to like 4K poly trees, yeah. Oh, scary. That's intense. I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of experience with some of the GPU stuff with Unreal Engine 4. Control Z. Okay, let's just say this was one of the characters that I was making, and I was trying to upload this to Unreal Engine 4. I like the way this character looks, and 63,000 polygons is pretty good. When I load this into Unreal Engine 4, it won't have any issues. But let's just say I made 30 other objects like this, and my game was starting to lag and get really slow and stuff. One nice thing about ZBrush 2018 now is you can focus on the Tessimation slider. So Shift F, right now everything is, ooh, that is pretty cool. Let's Tessimate everything, multiple subdivision levels. So let's delete everything lower. 160,000, let's Tessimate. 80,000, I like that, but I'm going to try and get it to, oh, wrong direction. 70,000, 80,000, 100,000. Okay, here's my final model that I'm going to put into Unreal Engine 4, right? And I've got 30 other models that are around 100,000 or 101,000, 102, 3,000, and eventually my game starts to lag. If you saved this file right now, or you exported it as FBX, you could come back to this file. Yeah, I like to quick save, and if you save this file, you could come back to it later and open it up. So let's quick save, and let's just say I exported to Unreal Engine 4, and I left this program, but I have 30 other objects in my scene, so I want to come back to, let's say, this model that I just was working on, and it is 100,000 polygons, and it looks really nice, but I want it to be lower. I could come into Decimate and reduce the poly count. Now I'm just looking at the shape. Okay, that's probably too much. And now it's just 8,000 polygons. But then I can go back up, and I can fine-tune this. 20,000. Okay, that looks pretty good. 22,000. Okay, I like 25,000. I could live with that. Sweet. So that's really nice about Tessimate, is you can always come back to it and, you know, I want a little bit more, want a little bit less. Control-Shift-D, let's just say I wanted to have several subtools. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Well, that is not good. I'm not sure what's going on. Transpose, custom, sticky mode. No. No lock. Okay, that should work. Now, wait. Do I have, why can't I do that? Or are they all moving? Transpose all. Yes, okay, there we go. X, let's just say I had multiple objects to export to Unreal Engine 4. BCB, let's turn clay or sculptress mode. Well, let's just say I had a few items that I wanted to export along with this item or this character. Like, let's just say this was some type of backpack. So I would move it to where it needs to go. Nice. BCB, let's just make this look a little better. Nice. Speed. Okay. So this is a backpack. Actually, let's go to deform and smooth out everything. Good. Okay, so there's my character, and here's my object. Before I decided that I needed this to be lower polygon count. Let's go back up to a little bit higher. 98,000. Okay, I like that. That is around, for me at least, that is around. Oh, I've been using ZBrush for 18 years or something. Long, long time. It's been so fun because ZBrush has always had these free updates that each update comes with like so many different features, and I was certain that the latest update would be something that I'd have to pay for, right? Because ZBrush 4R8 and then ZBrush 5, but that, yeah, the keynote or video that they announced the next update, they were like, we're gonna make this version free as well, and I was like totally excited because it comes with so many cool features, and they've finally been able to plug in all the cool features from Sculptress into ZBrush, which has all the power. So now you've got all the power from both programs. Let's say, okay, if I was going to export this model, right, this final boss character, and he was about around 100,000 polygons, and his other assets or armor pieces, right, his backpack filled with nuclear weapons and stuff, I try and get each of the additional items to around 100,000 polygons. So let's Shift F. Right now it's not decimated, I don't think, but let's decimate it, and that reduces its polygon count even further, but I want to keep it around, let's see, 100,000. Okay, let's Shift F and BIN. Let's make this a little more cool. I guess this could be a character that I could upload to my deserted island game that I'm making. Sweet. Hello, squad team. How's it going? Nice. Sweet. So, active points, 44,000. Okay, I'm going to... He got this from a turtle that was back on his home planet. Cool, right on. It's nice. I want it to be more circular, BMV. I love the keyboard shortcuts. I use BMV for the move brush, BIN for inflate, right? BCB for clay buildup brush, which is where I do most of my modeling, and BFA for flatten. Oh yeah, let's do that. Nice. Which amount of polygons would you say a mobile game asset requires? Ooh, mobile games. Well, mobile games are getting more and more complex all the time, but I would. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm. Probably as low as you can make it, while retaining, while still, having as much detail as you really want. So this, like this character right now, if I was gearing him towards a PC game, I would be a little bit relaxed in the amount of polygons I could have on the screen or on him. Oh, that was pretty cool. Sweet. Wait, one more. Wait, BIN. Yeah, BFA. Sweet. Okay, good. But for those mobile games, let's see. On lights, physics, many other things are a bit more sensitive to mobile. Oh yeah, maybe. There are probably a lot more processing power for that stuff in computers because there's a lot more room to fit all that stuff in, and there just isn't that um, uh, aren't as many of those processors, whatever makes the physics and stuff available in phones. But eventually that will all be available and stuff. For a complex scene with lots of particles or something, probably not a ton. Yeah, I love particles, especially when you're making characters. Let's see. Before I lose track, I wanted this to be more round, so BMV, and then resize my brush and change its shape. Now it's kind of weird. Nope. Let's go back. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Um, so what I was saying earlier is I like everything to be around 100,000 polygons. So he's got his shield, and now let's see, what else could he have? He might. Let's create a new subtool. Extract. Good. He needs his hands. Let's solo these. BIN. Nice. Okay. Okay, BCB. Okay, let's see. Palm. Yeah, palm. Fingers. And then his thumb. Nice. And then his digits. 1. 2. Sweet. Okay. BIN. Let's pull that out. Okay, good. And then now he's got fingers. Let's move these out. Wait. Okay. Hide one side. Oh, turn off symmetry. Then hide one side. Move this out. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to select this subtool, invert it, and go to Geometry, Modify Topology, Delete, Hidden. Now we just have one hand. Now I'm going to solo this hand. Okay, now let's work on the back of his hand. F to frame again. Turn down the Z intensity. Okay. Good. Back of his hand is going to be a little smoother. Okay. That looks decent. Now, BMV. Let's increase this, and I'm going to create a mask. Invert it, and BMV. No, actually, move brush. Alt, click on where I want it, and then Alt and reset orientation. Good. And then move it this way. Awesome. Deselect and draw, and then smooth with maybe 1 intensity, and then smooth that out. Shift F to see what's going on. What is that? That's kind of scary. So now it's giving me polygons where I need them. Totally cool. I am getting sidetracked. I was that's way too small. Let's make it quite a bit bigger. Okay, yeah, no. I'm going to turn off the Z intensity. Nice, that's a little better. Being aware of your polygon count at all times is a good idea. Because if you don't need it, then that's a good thing. Sweet. Ooh, I like his thumb. It's bigger than the rest. Okay, just experimenting. Let's see. Control Z, Shift F. I can't. Oh, yeah. Hands are really easy now with the BCB, the Sculptris Pro mode, because you don't have to worry about subdividing every time you pull out geometry and stuff. And if you just imagine BCB, let's make another finger. Okay. If you just start, wait, if you've got your Z intensity up all the way, then it's really easy to just pull geometry out, which is, unless you're a super genius, that's probably too much. But if you've got it about midway, and you're like, okay, there's the first section of your finger, and then you rotate the camera just a little bit, and you're like, okay, there's the second section of the finger, and now here's the third. He's got a finger on his 1, 2, 3. Let's actually give him a pinky. So 2, 3. Okay. Now one thing I was going to do, BIN, Shift F, just to make sure everything's good. Okay, good. And let's size his end fingers up a little bit. Okay, his thumb's pretty good already. Wait, that last one. Actually, let's start over. Okay, that's where the buildup will be. Right. Good. Sweet. Okay, now he's got fingers. Cool. Okay, so let's unhide everything and move his hand to where it needs to go. Awesome. Now it's a little smaller than his hand, so let's try scaling it up. Ooh, now he's a monster. Sweet. Okay. Move around. Yeah, okay. Wait. Okay, then move in. Okay, good. There's his one hand, but then I'm going to Control-Shift-D to duplicate that hand. And let's go to deformation. And usually this works the first time. Let's mirror, and it mirrors to the other side. So now he's got hands. Okay, then I'm going to alt-click his head. Okay, I tried ZBrush Trial, and it was really tough to get the hang of it. I'm good with 3ds Max, but eek, this was a tricky one to grasp for me. I actually started out with 3ds Max, and we started with box modeling and how nice box modeling, where you would start with a box, Control-Shift-D. Let's move this over without symmetry. Okay, and then let's switch this character to a box. So box modeling, basically, there's this body, Control-Shift-D, and then here's the neck. Right, and a little bit smaller. Rotate the neck. Okay, then Control-Shift-D. I had like 3ds Max 2012, a long time ago. Okay, there's the head. And then Control-Shift-D, let's make the arm. Right, to make sure it's in place. Control-Shift-D, let's focus on this arm first. No, I want to do it at the same time. So, mirror. Wait, oh, it's all the way over there. Control-Z, or sorry, reset that. Let's move that over here. Okay, Control-Shift-D, let's move that over here, and let's make the next section of our arm. Okay, and Control-Shift-D, mirror that, and just like before, let's move that over. Awesome. I started with box modeling in 3ds Max because there weren't as many sculpting tools in 3ds Max when I was, with the version that I had. So I would have to take these box models and let's see, I don't want the head to be so square, so Shift F, let's see where my polygons are. No, sorry. I don't know. These, with enough tweaking, you can make stuff that's really cool. But, let's see, don't touch that. Okay, why does your stream keep going offline? We're working in Unreal Engine 4, and I'll look over at my recording device, and it'll comfortably say it's not recording anything. But then eventually I found ZBrush. Second one. The second recording? That's horrible. I'm so sorry. It says it's comfortably recording right now, but okay. When I finally met ZBrush, there were all these brushes that you could just select, like B, curve strap, and then you can just pull out geometry and then move it around. And ooh, my character doesn't like snakes. I shouldn't have done this. Pretty creepy. Nice. BCB, clay build-up brush. You could take any type of model you want to and just sculpt anywhere you want to at any time, and you're totally free to do whatever you need to. So there's my box modeling creation. that now looks a little more human, or will, because I'm able to sculpt whatever I want to. I've lived at this house for 3+ years, and I've never had really strong, reliable internet access. So, yep, looking over, it's still recording. Nice. Yeah, so basically, now I can sculpt whatever I want to at a moment's notice. And another great thing about ZBrush is you can, nice, insert mesh brushes. So B, let's try zipper, then M, okay, let's give him a nose. Wait, no. Whoa. Kind of scary. Scale it down. Even more. He doesn't have that big of a nose. Okay, there's his nose. Sweet. Something like this in 3ds Max, is back when I used to use it, is very complicated. And in ZBrush, you can just make whatever you want to very quickly. So I can start with a sphere and make some goblin monster like this super fast. And the more time I take on it, the better it looks, and the more I can tweak it and make it just look however I want to, and things like that. It's good. So let's select our character and dispose of box modeling dude. Okay, so where was I? Okay, the shape of him doesn't look quite right, so BMV, I've got symmetry turned on. I want lots of Z intensity, bigger brush. Okay, let's focus on his head. Good. Okay, now that's a little better. But now let's really focus on the shape of his face. Okay, so what does a monster's face look like? Okay, there's... Okay. Ooh, here's a good move. I've got an idea. Watch this. W, let's move it right there. Reset, and project primitive. Wait, what did that say? Symmetry mode. Okay. You can't use the primitive or deformers when you're in symmetry mode, so let's turn that off with X and project primitive. Awesome. Okay, so let's move this up where we need it. In the middle of his head. Ooh, he needs a smart brain. Scale this down. So cool. Shape of his head. Okay, that looks kind of nice. Could you make this monster model available? Like, you are on any 3D sites with a profile or anything? Let's see. You like this model? That's interesting. I could probably set up um, something like GitHub where you could just download it. Let's see. I'm going to play around with this a little bit. So now he's got a mohawk. That's funny. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Sweet. Um, I do like that, but he needs a bigger brain. Okay, so let's accept this. Where is that? Accept. Okay, then let's move it up a little bit more, and now let's scale it in. Nice. Sweet. That's kind of cool. Awesome. I love it. Now he means business. Oh, it needs to be in the right place. Let's move that right here. Pretty cool. Awesome. I will work on that GitHub thing website really soon. Okay, let's accept this and then move it up. That is so cool. Awesome. Okay, I like that. Let's accept that. And then let's create another one and let's scale it out. But I need a little bit more on this side. Nice. That's kind of cool. That's his radar system, so he can... let's see. Does that look nice? Nice. This is... Back when I used to use 3ds Max, you just didn't have this type of power. I haven't really used it for a long time, but there's no need to, because now I've got all this control, and I can make just about whatever I want to.